Let's bring in Dr. Aditi Nerurkar now. She's a physician at Harvard Medical School. Doctor, let's talk a little bit about these new CDC air travel guidelines. Do you think they're right on the money here, or they don't go far enough?
The new CDC guidelines are wonderful. Like Erica said, for domestic travel, CDC has now lifted the guidelines that all Americans who are fully vaccinated, and what fully vaccinated means is 2 weeks after your last shot. So for the Johnson & Johnson vaccine, we know that's 1 shot. For Moderna and Pfizer, the 2 shots. So 2 weeks after that last shot, you are considered fully vaccinated as an American. So then you are able to travel domestically. This is wonderful news. You don't need any tests. You don't need to be quarantined afterwards. You do need to continue wearing masks, social distancing, and hand washing. The rules for international travel are a little bit different. You don't need to have any testing prior to leaving, though the host country may require testing, and then that you would have to comply with. And then on your return back to the U.S. after your trip, 1 to 3 days prior to boarding the flight back to the U.S., you would need to have a negative COVID test. And on landing in the U.S., 3 to 5 days once you have arrived. This is wonderful news. It tells us a couple of things. First, that we have great confidence in the efficacy of the vaccines. We've seen this in prior studies. A recent CDC report just earlier this week showed that an 80% efficacy for preventing COVID transmission in first dose vaccinated people. And in the second dose, we saw 90% efficacy. So it tells us that the vaccines are working. We're confident in them. And it also helps to incentivize those who are not vaccinated or on the fence to get vaccinated so we can get this pandemic under control and start traveling again. This is all positive news, Aaron.
And I want to ask you, just a few seconds left here. The FDA is now saying that each of those Moderna vaccine vials can now be used for more doses, 11 to 15 doses per vial. How much of an impact do you think that's going to have on the vaccine supply here?
It's going to have a tremendous impact, Aaron. Each vial is going to have more doses so more people can get vaccinated. Our goal is to vaccinate nearly every American to bring this pandemic under control. Also an excellent piece of news.
All right, Dr. Aditi Nerurkar, we appreciate your time today. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Aaron.